How is everyone doing? I'm Nini FC, this is Blue Line CV, and welcome to the match review of our 2-0 win. An Eden Hazard masterclass, and my god, this guy is a complete footballing genius. And I'm not going to lie, I was a bit sad throughout this game, knowing that this could be the last ever season we see Hazard playing for us. And this performance tonight was really one for the memory books, and it was a classic Eden Hazard performance. Beautiful runs and dribbles, beautiful passes, goals. He was unplayable. But you guys, before I get into anything, today's video is brought to you by the One Football app. Thank you to everyone that helped support me again. I've been fortunate enough to get another campaign for this month as well. If you guys want to help me out, in the link in the description below will be a link to the One Football app. Download the app to get everything you need, such as your news related to players or clubs of your choice. It has a brilliant alert feature as well. If you guys want to help me out, in the link in the description below will be a link to the One Football app. You guys, to start off this match review, we need to talk about the lineup we saw. And I just felt that Sarri was going to use the lineup we saw tonight. I just felt it. A lot of things made a lot of sense. I spoke about them in the match preview I did. The only surprise was that Christensen didn't keep his place in the team and Rudiger played instead of him. But I think that was down to tactical reasons. I think maybe Sarri assumed that Arnautovic might be playing up front. And maybe he thought with Rudiger alongside Arnautovic, a 1v1 physical battle, it could help. And I think maybe Sarri's thinking too, with West Ham being very defensive, as I'm sure he was guessing, Rudiger could be helpful with some of his vertical passes he makes. But Rudiger didn't even have to do that today. Emerson continued his place in the team. And until the season ends, Emerson just needs to play every single game now. I'm going to be talking about him, Ruben, and Hazard a lot in today's match review because, we're seeing some special combinations and special plays from these guys down that left-hand side. Finally, we saw Triple H up front, Higuain, Hazard, Hudson-Odoi. And this looks like now Sarri knows what his first team is. I've been on the impression that Sarri's always known what he wanted his first team to be, but he needed to see certain things from players first before he started to give them more game time. With Ruben, he had to improve in that tactical sense. Now look at him now, unplayable again, and he's a much more complete and better player for it. And when you compare how previous managers have used Ruben in such a patronising manner, credit to Sarri for having faith and belief in the player and giving him a task and role for him to fulfill. Same thing with Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi has now become a team player. Work rate off the ball was exceptional today. I haven't seen Hudson-Odoi work harder in a game. Off the ball, his movement, exceptional. And it's like Sarri wants the player to be more complete in the sense that not everything good has to be done with your feet. A lot of your best stuff can be done off the ball. And if I'm Hudson-Odoi, I'm paying attention to what I saw from Eden Hazard tonight. Wow. One of the most classic Hazard performances for a while now. Incredible. Now, I'm going to get into his goals later on, but we have to understand how Hazard is able to play with this much freedom now. And I've been telling you guys this. I've been saying it so many times. I even made the comparisons between how Napoli were with Insigne. And this is what Hazard has needed. He's needed Emerson down that left-hand side. He's needed him the entire time. Really watch how Emerson played tonight. The timing of his runs. The ways he was stretching the play, keeping that width. How many times did he make a late man run to take a West Ham player out the game? This allowed Eden Hazard to go 1v1 against his man every single time. And we want to see this because when Hazard is 1v1, 9.9 times out of 10, he's beating his man. And once you've beaten that guy, someone else has to move into position to cover for him. And if Hazard's beating that guy again, what you see is the second half of this game, which I'll touch upon later on. But Hazard today showed you everything as to why he's the best player in the league. He showed us why Messi sees him as one of the top 5 players in the world. And let's be serious, the guy is irreplaceable. We'll never be able to replace Hazard like for like in his position. I'm praying that we somehow find a way to keep him. I'm praying that maybe Hazard has a change of heart. If we end this season on a high note, if we get a top 4 finish, if we beat Liverpool, if we win the Europa League, Hazard has to really consider, is it the right time to leave Chelsea now? I'm playing fantastic football. I'm playing with guys that are only going to get better. We're back in the Champions League. There's more money in the club as well. It would be pretty crazy to really make that strong decision of just leaving for Real Madrid. Let's see what happens, but all I know is after today's performance, no way in hell Real Madrid are going to sign Hazard for less than 100 mil. I'm sorry. I don't understand what they're thinking or what they're playing at. When guys like Coutinho cost more, I'm sorry, Real Madrid. If you want Hazard, for me personally, I want to see 150 mil. That's what I want to see for Eden Hazard. Because how can you put a price on one of the few players at the pinnacle of the game right now? You can't. Top 5. For me, there's no price for guys in that top 5 bracket. Hazard is irreplaceable. And Marina, I'm hoping you're going to secure some magic. You're going to, secure something out the bag and really stop Real Madrid from signing Hazard. But, of course, that's enough about Eden Hazard. I need to talk about his companions down that left-hand side. Emerson. You heard me talk about him earlier. Fantastic. And the guy is getting better and better defensively. And this is actually crazy. The past 2 games now, and actually the past recent games, his defensive performances have got better and better. And not enough people are looking at them. One-on-one, infinitely better than Marcos Alonso. I mean, there's no comparison. Emerson is better. And I've told you guys, why is he better? He gets tight to his man quickly. He has recovery pace. How many times did he make last man interceptions due to the ability to have the pace to get in those positions? He's just a better player than Marcos Alonso. There is no debate, in my opinion. It's good now that Emerson is starting to show the things that Sarri wasn't seeing him before. I still personally feel that maybe Sarri was being a bit too harsh. I feel like maybe Emerson deserved more of a start because this guy unlocks Eden Hazard. He allows Hazard to play like he did today. And I feel like if Emerson started 90% of the games this season, I feel like we'd be comfortably in the top 4 right now. But better late than never. Incredible performance by Emerson. And Ruben again. The guy is going to be world class. As long as he's injury free, he's going to be world class because look at how he plays the game. Look at how he plays the game. Look at what he does with the ball. His movement in behinds. His runs. My God, some exceptional moments of play. And it's like, for me, our 2 best players recently have been Hazard and Ruben. It seems to be a fight between them. And Ruben, fantastic. And it's the end product. This is what I love about the player. There's end product to everything he does. Slotting people in. The runs he run on. Beating like 2-3 guys. Starting. Oh, genius player. Incredible. And this guy could really be a special player for us in the next few years. I've always believed in his world-class potential. I always have. And we're seeing glimpses of that. I guarantee if he just plays a full season of football, 1 full season, everyone will be seeing the guy differently. People will be speaking about him differently. A lot more respect will be on his name. Congrats to Ruben. And when you've got this dynamism down the left-hand side, how can teams really stop this? Now, I'm looking at the context of the end of the season. Only 5 more games left. A lot of teams now are in grind modes. The last thing teams want is facing a different type of Chelsea team with different possibilities and different solutions, because now you have to work even harder. And I feel now as if we have a bit of an advantage in games now. West Ham. Look at how we played against West Ham at the start of the season. One thing that I kept critiquing at the time was that we didn't make West Ham work enough because they weren't moving enough. But look at this game. And honestly, everything I said in the match preview happened exactly how I said it would. We get the first goal. Oh my God, that first goal by Hazard. You guys in the comment section below, and I'm going to do a poll as well. What goal was better? Hazard's goal against Liverpool or Hazard's goal tonight? But I mean, watching that in slow motion is the only best way to do that goal justice, because you see the genius and the smarts. You see the guy who completely understands what he's going to do with the ball. And it's just a joy to see. But once that first goal went in, West Ham kind of crumbled, because then it became about their wingers having to get back in position quickly to help out the fullbacks, which they never did. And we were constantly able to create 2v1s out wide on the flanks against them, constantly cutting behind them. And as the game went on, the gaps between the lines got bigger and bigger and bigger. And it was no surprise to see a dribbling masterclass in the second half from a lot of players, from guys like Kante, Ruben, Hazard, Hudson-Odoi. Very impressive. And Kante, There's another guy that needs to get a lot of praise today. This is the reason why Sarri uses Kante in this position. How can anyone, and someone on Twitter actually still had to go at Sarri because he feels that Kante is better as a DM. For me, it's a complete disrespect to the player. Kante is world class, period, not due to the position he plays in. But look at how he benefited the team in the final third. He won every ball. How many moves did we start due to Kante winning possession back? We get free counterattacks. We get free attacking moves due to Kante and his unique ability of winning the ball back cleanly and starting attacks. This is why Sarri uses him in this position. And as you guys even saw, what's naturally supposed to happen in this system is that we do revert to a 4-2-3-1 at times, depending on the positions of the attacking players. We've got that stability. Defensively, fantastic performance on top of that as well. Wow, maybe the only disappointing thing today was that we didn't get enough goals. I thought Higuain was decent with his movement. His link-up play was effective as well. Was unlucky not to get a goal. I think that maybe if he played the full game, he might have got an opportunity. Of course, the typical Chelsea moments where, and for me, it comes down to these guys not playing consistently together. We saw when Hudson-Odoi and Hazard, made the same run and got in each other's way. We saw at the end too how close Giroud was to get right in the end or passes across goal. But for me, once these guys play a few more games, that's all it's going to take. And it's really quite exciting to think about the future, playing this style of football, bringing in the right personnel to help improve what we're doing right now. Reece James stands out for me. Imagine him playing alongside Hudson-Odoi, and even with Hudson-Odoi tonight, exceptional off-the-ball work, exceptional movement in behind. Yeah, at times, he wasn't his most illustrious on the board tonight. He was still very effective in helping our attacking moves, and it's like, even when Hudson-Odoi isn't playing at his best, I still feel like he provides more down that right-hand side compared to Pedro and Willian. And maybe Sarri's seeing that well because it's a second successive start for Hudson-Odoi. You guys, things are looking positive. It's looking positive. This style of football, I always believed in it. I always knew it could work. It took a lot of patience this season. A lot of context as to why it's taken us this long to see this type of lineup. But we're slowly getting there. Things are looking very good right now. The future is looking bright. And I'm excited to take on Liverpool. The football we're playing. We can pose this Liverpool team a lot of questions that they might not be expecting right now. And to play against a Hazard with freedom to do whatever he wants, I mean, how many teams are going to stop that? Most times the only way to do that is by being a bit more defensive, which I won't be surprised to see Liverpool doing. But you guys, exceptional performance today. Even Ross Barkley coming on, great pass out to Hazard. I thought he was going to mess it up, but that composure and a good technical pass on top of that as well. Very good for Hazard to get that second goal. This game had everything. Another huge positive for the team and for Sarri. There's a reason why I've always kept believing in the process. But you guys, that's going to be the end. Please like, comment and subscribe. I'm the FC. This is Blue Lions TV. Thank you, Eden Hazard.